Today we're going to talk about telehealth and scheduling. So you might be wondering how you use our telehealth platform since there's no way for you to manually add any meetings here in our workspace. So this is because you're going to need to integrate DeepCura with cal.com. Now, why cal.com? It's very simple. It's because cal.com has HIPAA compliance. It's very easy to use, and there's a bunch of integrations you can have with it, and it's super customizable. So let's take a look at some important things you need to know when you're setting up your cal.com account and integrate it with DeepCura. First things first, you need to sign up to cal.com with the same email that you signed up with to DeepCura. So that's the first important thing. The second most important thing is to actually do the integration. So you're going to go to your settings in cal.com and you're going to go down to webhooks. And then you're just going to click new and paste this exact URL in, and that's it. You just save and you're done. Super simple, but very important. Otherwise, it's not going to work. The meetings will not show up in the DeepCura workspace. So now it's time to set up some events, right? So let's create an event. Let's say it's an initial patient visit. And you can change this URL if you want and add some notes again if you want. Let's say the visit is going to be 45 minutes. And let's continue. So another important thing here, you're going to choose this other link meeting. And the thing you're going to paste in there is this personal telehealth link. It's personal to you. You're going to just click on, see your own telehealth link, or I can't remember what the message is, but you're just going to click on it and your own personal link is going to appear. You copy it by clicking on the clipboard icon and you paste it in there. And then you're just going to save it. Now, you can go ahead and do more customization, right? Or you can choose your availability here, any more advanced settings that you might be interested in. You can also make it so your patients get any reminders before the visits. Maybe if you're a surgeon, you want some pre-op information to be sent to your patients automatically. You can do all this in cal.com. So go ahead and explore all the different things you can do. It is very customizable. And also, you can integrate cal.com with Zapier and with Stripe and PayPal. So you can do a lot of things through cal.com and also integrate it to DeepCura, right? So let's just save this. I'm not going to do any of that. Let's just keep it simple for now. So I'm just going to save that. And we're going to go back to our event types and create an event just to see kind of what happens when I set one up as a patient. So I'm going to select 2 p.m. and let's say my name as a patient is Karen Jones, and I'm just going to leave my own email and confirm. And now a meeting has been scheduled and I have received an email here. This is what your patient receives. So it's just, what is it? Initial patient visit, when, who, and our meeting URL. And this is what your patient is going to click on when it's time for the meeting, right? Super simple. Now, and you can also sync this with your Google Calendar, by the way, if you want. So when it's time for the meeting, when it's time for you to join the meeting as well, if I refresh this, you can see here that our 2 p.m. meeting has been added. And that's it. When you're ready, you simply join the meeting. You select the template that you want to use for that visit, let's say H&P note, since it's an initial visit, and you start your meeting just by clicking start microphone. You start the camera if you want, and you end the meeting when you're ready. And once you end the meeting, the note will automatically appear in your patient notes. Now, if for whatever reason you think that you chose the wrong template, or you change your mind and you wanted to change another template, don't worry about it. You can just go into your note is going to appear in a few minutes. So once it's there, you just click on it, and whatever the note that is generated, you can just change the template by just using that same transcript. You can just click here and select a different template, and it's just going to use your transcript for that visit to generate a new one. So don't worry about that. And that's it. That's all you need to know about our telehealth and scheduling feature. Now, there's just one last thing that I do want to show you that you can do on cal.com. And I'm going to just go to edit this initial patient visit here and go to advanced. And this is what I want to show you right here. The booking questions that your patient gets when they book a meeting is just by default, it's going to be these up to here. These are optional. You can toggle them on and off if you don't want them. Now, these are all the default ones. These are the only two that are required, right? But you can edit them so they say whatever you want if you don't, if you want to change kind of the format of this question. However, you can also add your own questions, okay? So for example, here I added, what is your date of birth? Who is your insurance provider? What is your insurance policy number? And you could add a number of other questions, maybe even pertaining to the medical history, social history, stuff like that. So you can do your whole pre-charting routine just through this. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. And I'm going to show you another really cool thing that happens, and it's the reason I wanted to show you this, is that it appears on Deep Cura. So let's take a look at what I mean. Let's book a meeting as if I'm a patient again. So let's just book this for 9:45. My name is Jane Doe, and let's say my date of birth is 01/01/1986. My insurance provider is going to be insurance line, and my policy number is just going to be 1234567. Okay, and I'm going to confirm that. Okay, so the patient has now booked the meeting. They answered all the required questions. And now I'm going to see what happened when on the Deep Cura side when that occurred. If I refresh this, now I have a new patient here, a new patient thread called Jane Doe, the patient's name that they used when they booked. And here's all the information that they filled out when they booked the meeting. Jane Doe, their email, their date of birth, insurance provider, and policy number. And so why this is so cool is also because you already have all this information and anything else that you might have asked the patient in that form. And then you can just merge that with your note once you actually see your patient. So let's say we just saw our patient. Let's attach this audio for major depressive disorder combined with the psych H&P. And let's just wait for that to load. Okay, so that's loading now. And let's just make sure, okay, so it's done loading. So what are we gonna do now? We just click the merge button, and it's just going to combine these two notes right here. And there you go. Now the patient's name in this note is Jane Doe. There's their email, their date of birth, insurance, and then the rest of the note, right? So that's pretty cool. You can use this to just pretty much as an alternative to the AI nurse, for example, if your patients are not comfortable with all the technology, or they just don't want to feel like they're being recorded or anything else, you can use it as an alternative to the AI nurse and streamline your pre-charting more.